Men looking relaxed and ready to go. They've both competed at high levels before.
I think first thing we'll see is who's the better wrestler, then we'll see who's the better fighter tonight.
Yes, sir.
It'll be interesting, too. Once one of them gets hit, you know, everybody wants to be a stand-up fighter every wrestler wants to be a stand-up fighter until they get hit.
And then it shows. Oh, the shot by Calvin. Harris has got him up against the cage right now. He's got that under on the leg. He's going down to a single. Oh, nice knee to the head by Calvin. Calvin keeping a high guard here. Harris shook it off, though.
Decent leg kick from Kevin, starting to mix his takedowns
and
a bit more.
And a beautiful takedown and pass to side control from Calvin.
Oh, right to
he's
mount.
Looking to the
Kevin
mount
is looking
here.
slick.
Harris has got to get his back to the cage.
Oh, he cannot just,
grabbing
whoa.
the cage.
Yeah.
Well, ref didn't see it, didn't happen.
Yeah.
Harris giving up his neck.
He needs to get his back to the mat.
He's got one hook out, and then he's got it back. Calvin working that neck, going for a power half here. Very old school wrestling move, but very, very effective. It's very, very painful.
See if he can shake him. Ooh,
oh,
good
nice knee to the face.
Kevin Corbett's looking tough tonight. See if he can get this suplex.
Oh, beautiful suplex. That was impressive by Calvin. You can definitely tell he's competed at the high level in wrestling. Good control.
Harris needs to get his wits with him, start working.
Oh, beautiful again. Great throws by Calvin.
That caught him good.
One thing I like that Calvin is doing also, Henry, is he's floating. He's not trying to just hold Harris and get really heavy on top of him. He's floating real well.
Showing really good riding from the...
Big strikes here. Good shots to the body.
Good seasoning from Kevin Corbett tonight.
Harris needs to move here. He can't be stuck here. Let's see if he can use this. Good transition to the mount.
Good move to half.
A little under a minute left. It's going to be interesting to see if Harris makes it to the second round, how he handles this diversity.
Yeah, I think his head's pretty rattled from that takedown. He caught that last suplex. He caught his head hard. It looked.
Yes, very hard. Calvin looking to pass now, but he's back in full guard. Does it look like Calvin's starting to slow down here? Maybe.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that if maybe he shot his wad a little bit. I would assume he could wrestle for days. You know, both these guys, it's their debuts. You know, he could keep looking at an adrenaline dump.
The nerves, for sure, around lots of people watching.
You know, the other thing, too, is Harris had to exert a lot of energy getting out of bad spots. You know, even if you're, no matter how hard you train your conditioning sometimes, if you're in bad spot after bad spot, you got to sprint. And you can't, no matter how hard you train, you can't sprint for 15 minutes.
But at the same time, though, did Calvin... is he gassed from picking Harris up and throwing him a couple times and then throwing big bombs?
You know, and he did get to some good, really good positioning. There's a good chance that maybe an adrenaline hit him. You think, I'm in a good spot, I can finish here. And when you don't get that finish,
it's discouraging.
That dump, yeah. You know, I think he had a great round. I give him a 10-8 for that. But what makes me nervous is he's starting to slow down into that second. You know, Harris, he's got to use this minute. Shake the cobwebs. He's going to have to fight. Wrestling is not going to win him this fight tonight. It's got to be his striking and his
jiu-jitsu. It is a definitive answer. Who's the better wrestler? He needs to come out and land some good strikes here and get Calvin to respect him again. Superman into a shot, sort of. And now they're up against the cage. Calvin with double underhooks. This is a great position for him to be in. It'll be interesting to see if he drops to a leg or if he tries hooks. He's dropping to that single. Harris seems to be sprawling. If he can circle toward the back, maybe he can win this round back. Good knee to the body.
That's going to help a lot.
He needs more of that. He needs to slow him down. There he goes. He gets to the back. I think Calvin is tired. He needs
Kevin
to
Corbett
move here.
starting to really tire out. Harris is the right tough. No, he cannot.
Oh, he got too high.
Has he got his neck though?
And he
Might be able to use it,
He might come
yeah.
back up to the back.
Does he have a rear? He
A
got to
rear
get his
naked
hook, but he might be clear
choke
on that
with
neck.
no hooks.
Oh, he is under. Kevin
This could be
Corbett will
it.
go to sleep
He
if he's
could
not
be it.
careful. Harris needs to get his hooks in, though. He's going to lose this.
He's too high right now. Very good. Calvin's catching his breath. Mouth guard's out.
Yeah, Kevin Corbett needs to get his conditioning back.
This is where Harris needs to attack. He needs to come forward. He's
Looks
got
like
the
he's
upper
realizing
hand.
it. Kevin needs to start setting up his shots more. You know, he really, the first round, he got a couple off that he might not have set up. He had the energy. A couple more he set up, and now he's not setting it up. And Harris has enough wrestling to sprawl out and start maybe landing a couple punches.
Absolutely. And so far, Harris is, I wouldn't say dominating, but definitely winning this round.
Oh, easily.
And he takes the back again.
He still has a minute left.
Oh, and he's got that
it.
under the chin, but he needs to get his hooks in. He might finish it here.
But he's clear. Kevin, I think Kevin might be going out soon if he's not
Kevin's
careful.
still fighting.
Now he's got his hooks in.
He's still fighting. It's very impressive that he is not out yet. Harris needs to try to get that arm behind the head. It looks like he's almost out.
He's got to grab his bicep and just go right behind his behind his head.
He could go palm to palm here. Good hooks, a deep rear naked choke. I'm impressed that Calvin is fighting this. Very mentally tough.
Yeah, I thought it was super deep. He was going to go out. Harris either needs to go palm to palm or trap it. Honestly, he could just belly down and get a lot of ground and pound in.
He's trying to go for broke here. Short
He's got to
time.
get
This
some ground
could be
and
the end
pound
of
with
the
a short
round.
time.
And it looks like he's going to make it. He's going to make it to the end of the round. What'd you give that? What'd you score it?
I think this is a very rare case. We're doing 2 10-8s between the two of them. I think we're going to go dead even.
Now it goes down to who has more heart, who has more cardio. And I think that Harris is showing that he has the better cardio.
Harris is really showing it. I think he sees it. I want to see how either corner, I think both fighters needs to kind of keep their hand close and not show tiredness in between rounds. They're both exhausted.
They are. It's really going to come down to who gets the takedown and who wants it more.
Kevin is going to have to set the takedown up.
He can't just shoot in there. Harris has got enough wrestling to keep up with him. If he doesn't set it up, he's not going to get that takedown, and then he panics.
Yeah, and Harris, you know, he can't. I think he's starting to realize he can't depend on solely wrestling. He's got to be the fighter tonight, not the wrestler.
In that round, I believe he was the fighter. He had really good transitions. He landed decent strikes, and he almost finished it with a couple of submissions.
Yeah, I think we're looking at a dead even 2 10-8s, which is extremely rare.
Insane. That's crazy. Both these guys are exhausted. Oh, big punch. He's against the cage. Calvin's got him up against the cage. He's got double underhooks here. He's got a good chance to score. Let's see if he has the energy. Both these guys are exhausted.
Man, heart is really going to carry.
Good knee.
Good knee from
breaks.
Kevin Corbett.
Oh, beautiful punches here. And these might not be the most technical, but this is winning him the round. He is doing more.
Ooh. Harris's chin is straight up, and Kevin is throwing hard. They got to be careful. This is going to be fight of the night for sure. This is going to be tough to compete with. Ooh, leg going to the body. Good idea.
And then hooks. It looks like Harris might be out on his feet.
Harris needs to get,
Harris trying to tie him up. He's all the way
got to
down.
get to a knee. There we go.
That looks real bad when you're sprawled out like that.
Yeah.
He's in on a single. If he needs to circle toward the leg and try and finish here, he's got to get this round back. We're about halfway through the round.
He's getting it deep. He could finish the single off. If he could finish the single, he could start gaining some ground on this.
This is a dead even right now. with a minute 30 to go, it's really who wants it right here.
Ooh, he cannot lose this.
He's taking mean punches under. These might not be the hardest, but it's definitely doing damage and winning him the round.
Going to stop him from getting this takedown.
He needs to get off that hip. And it looks like Calvin could take the back here.
Kevin Corbett's got to get behind,
though. Shots
there
at the
we
elbow,
go.
And he ends up on top.
Got to go to the elbows.
In a trying or a mount, he looks to be in full mount and landing strikes.
Fitz is looking at this close. He might stop this. I think Harris just doesn't have the energy to stop anything.
Both these men are exhausted. Do you see
Harris
it going the
use
next
the cage
35 seconds?
to get the cage out of here. But he's going to have to go for broke after he gets out.
He might get out here. Oh, and he goes back to his back. He's just so exhausted. Good.
Ooh.
Oh, and that's it.
Oh.
Calvin with the third round finish.
Both guys show good heart. I think both are going to have a great career.
One thing I'm really impressed by is the toughness of both of these men. Harris in the first round showing a lot of heart, getting beat on, and then Calvin in the second round. He was in a lot of deep submissions, and he fought them off because he wanted to win, and here he comes out with the victory.
Yeah, I kind of counted Kevin Corbett a little bit out. I thought he had tired out after the first, and you know he really regrouped after the second round was over. You know he had a heck of a second round, took a lot of damage, and he came back and just sucked it up and dug deep, man. That's that college wrestling, man. Dug deep for the heart, pulled it out. You know, and they both really had to show their martial.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Big Fitz calls a stop to the fight. 2 minutes, 36 seconds into the third round for your winner by verbal submission, Kevin Corbin.